bright and glorious morning here in Santiago, Chile, as witnessed by beautiful sunshine, of course. We can actually see some of the Andes through the haze that hasn't quite formed yet, and we're going to have another day exploring the city.
It's our final weekend in Santiago de Chile, and today we're just winging it, moving slow, when we get a text from Tom to meet up at the Teleferico to go exploring San Cristobal Hill and the giant Metropolitan Park that surrounds it. There are 3 ways up to San Cristobal: the Teleferico gondolas, the Funicular, or just hoofing it uphill. We grabbed the subway this morning, and it's easy. It takes tap-in cards or Apple Google Pay. And it's just 5 stops to the Providencia neighborhood and a leisurely walk through a swanky neighborhood to get to the cable car station. On the walk, we get to see the more modern side of Santiago with gleaming skyscrapers and the area where most of the seaborne travelers and business travelers stay in the city. Once in the park, all we had to do was find Tom. Then figure out the ticket system for a round trip that would take us up on the cable cars and down on the funicular. So machines are fairly easy to use and work in multiple languages, but just as we hit pay, the entire system crashed. So plan B, which should have been plan A, buy tickets on your phone and avoid the line and the hassle of any system issues. Note the tickets are timed entry, so we had a few minutes to look around the play areas and, of course, the restrooms at the park. Alright, it's our time. Phone tickets works great, and is everyone in Santiago at the park today?
There. Does anybody find it interesting that you're wasting energy talking about renewable energy? Yeah.
The queue takes about another 30 minutes before we begin the long glide up Cerro San Cristobal. About a third of the way to the top, there's an interim stop at the Tupahui station, which has a huge public swimming pool, yoga, a street workout area, and an old tower. We forgot our bathing suits, so we're going to continue to the top, where first order of business is to buy some cold water before we head into the sanctuary of San Cristobal and visit the stunning 40-foot tall statue of the Virgin Mary. The top of San Cristobal has been a holy place for eons, as this was the original Tupahui, or Place of God in the native language. The Spaniards topped the hill with a cross, and in 1908 the statue of Mary we see today was completed to honor the Immaculate Conception. There's a small stone and wood chapel at the bottom of the hill, and in the actual base of Mary there's another chapel where a priest is giving blessings to the faithful. And I think we lose Donna for a while as she patiently waits for her blessing. It's a worthy pursuit on this holy Saturday. Within the sanctuary walls, there's also an outdoor amphitheater for Mass and a small columbarium honoring John Paul II. Now, that's an eternal view. For the trip down the hill, we head to the funicular and, lunch is going to have to wait a bit.
Oh, geez. We might have to walk down.
With a nuevo medieval look, the funicular was originally opened in 1925. Now, there was a stop at the Santiago Zoo, but that's closed right now, so we'll be heading down to the Pio Nono station in the Vista neighborhood.
Hands and feet inside the car. I have no idea.
Safely down the hill, and it's time to find some food. We walk down Pio Nono, and it's filled with bars, clubs, and tourist-ready restaurants. We pop into Patio Bay at Vista, and there's quite a few choices here, and we pick Bombo Burger for some of the biggest sandwiches I've ever seen. Oh man, the heat of the day and a giant chicken sandwich, I feel a nap coming soon. Too full to walk much more, we say our goodbyes to Tom and walk along the promenade full of monuments toward Lastarria. It's hot. We're full. Not too full to linger at the stalls of artisan jewelers near our hotel. If you're ever here, look for the Mapuche woman making incredible jewelry. After the big lunch today, tonight's just going to be drinks and snacks, and we're back at Chipe Libre. Yeah, why change? And we sit next to a table of Danes. So, it's a good opportunity to compare travel notes, take some pictures, and we're also told straight up, we can't have Greenland. Hey, I tried. Final stop of the night is a little ice cream at Brussels Heart of Chocolate. Great flavors, and a good line out the door indicated this was the place for dessert.
So we've got banana split and chocolate armago. And now we have to look at the chocolate shop.
It's Easter morning, and our breakfast waiter has a gift. Also, a made-to-order omelet to start this last day. So our big question this morning was how many things would be open on this holy holiday in a Catholic country? Online, we couldn't tell for sure, but we had asked Irvan if we only visit one museum in Santiago, which should it be? And without pause, he said the Museum of Pre-columbian Art. So we take our morning walk toward the historic center, and we'll see. The emptiness of the streets this morning is less than encouraging, but we have 12 more hours before our flight home, so we need to get out anyhow. As we approach the portico of the colonial palace that now houses the museum, it looks like the doors are open, and yes, we officially have something to do this morning. Starting at the lowest level of the museum is the Chile ante de Chile, or the Chile before there was a Chile, exhibition of art and artifacts from the peoples who inhabited this 2,600-mile-long spit of land along the Pacific Ocean. The Chilean Museum of Pre-columbian Art was founded in 1981 by the Chilean architect and politician Sergio Lorraine Garcia Moreno, who had a passion for collecting and preserving art and artifacts from more than 10,000 years of societies and empires in the Americas. Moreno himself was a fascinating character who not only served as the Chilean ambassador to Peru, but during World War II served as an agent for British intelligence MI6. One of his greatest desires was to assure that his collection could be viewed by the public and to emphasize that Chile and the Americas had a rich cultural heritage long before the Spaniards stumbled into the New World. To do this, he formed a foundation that struck a deal with the city of Santiago, and the museum was born. On the top floor, the exhibition expands outwards into the Americas. Here we find pieces of Incan, Mayan, and Aztec cultures. The museum even has a few pieces of Aztec gold. Most of it was taken by the Spanish and melted down into bullion. And hey, we even found an early ancestor of Brad Marchand, and I thought he was Canadian. There's also a climate and light-controlled area displaying textiles, some of which are thousands of years old and obviously fragile. Back on the main floor, surrounding a beautiful courtyard, we find an exhibit that celebrates the indigenous people of today in Chile. Here we find works from the Mapuches to the islanders of Rapa Nui, and it's worth a moment to watch the thoughtful videos that interview the artists who continue to keep traditions alive.
Para nosotros las personas sordas, a la falta de la audición, desarrollamos.
Stepping back out into modern Santiago, we have seen an artisan market on the map close to Santa Lucia, so we head that way. It's a 20-minute walk to the Feria Artesanal Santa Lucia, so there may be some local artisan types of crafts here, but maybe those are in the stalls that are closed today? Mostly what we find in the market is tourist kitsch, so it's a great place to grab fridge magnets if you're into that, or even a fluffy llama friend from China. So I'd say temper your expectations here. Lucky for us, this is on the way back to the Lastarria neighborhood, where it's almost time to find a little lunch. We do make a quick stop to see if there's room at Parroquia de la Veracruz for Easter services. It's sold out. So we do the next best thing and grab a street-side table at Tres Valles restaurant. Nothing says brunch like an Imperial-sized Pisco Sour. By around 1 o'clock, the street really came alive, so there was great people and dog watching from our ringside seat with some empanadas and a burger, of course, for Donna Doobie.
So it's evening on Easter Sunday in Chile. Santiago, a magical city, a magical country.
All too soon, it's time to do our final pack and get ready for the 10-hour flight back to the U.S. For our transportation to the airport, we selected an Uber Black service for a very reasonable $34 including tip. Our thoughts on our stay in Santiago? We love this city, and particularly the Hotel Cumbres Lastarria and the neighborhood of Lastarria. To be honest, when we first arrived and saw the street vendors and the number of restaurants and bars, we thought that it might be too noisy for us old folks late at night. But in reality, it gets really quiet starting about 9:30, and by 11, there are scant people to be found out and about. The hotel had a great breakfast on the top floor, a small pool upstairs, as well as the room. It was comfortable and very quiet. You even get a couple of free glasses of wine in the bar downstairs. From Lastarria, you can walk or subway everywhere with ease, and the choices in food and drink within a few hundred meters of the hotel are plenty. We will target this location and hotel when we return to Chile. So it's about 20 minutes to the Santiago airport, and check-in, passport control, and security over maybe 15 minutes. Easy. Now, it might have just been because it was Easter, but it was really efficient. There's also a very nice club for Delta One and elite status members in this modern facility with all the familiarity of home.
So, sorry Doobie fans, as you know, we've had to rough it these last few days and had to stay in a hotel that was only like 4-star, and now I'm not sure that we have Pisco Sours on the trip back.
As the A350 backs out and we head back to the northern hemisphere, you can't help but wonder, was this the best Doobie's adventure? And how do we top this? Well, I don't know if we can top it, but we're sure as hell gonna try. So look for us next time, and thanks for joining us on this trip through Chile and Patagonia.